Welcome to the my-moo.com podcast. My-moo.com is your source for information on James Churchward and his theories of the lost continent of Mu. My-moo.com 2011 Research Update. Greetings. This has been another busy and exciting year at my-moo.com, your source for information on James Churchward and his theories of a lost Pacific Ocean continent that he called Mu. Let's discuss old business first. The 2010 visit by Radik Kurbanov, an ethnic Uyghur from Kazakhstan and proponent of the Central Asian healing system known as Ele Ayat, was finally covered in a February podcast. Follow-up materials were placed online in the my-moo.com blog. Response to our request for participation in a Great Uyghur Empire Conference was less than mediocre, and the conference was not held. There was a follow-up to last year's announcement of the discovery of the Nicole tablets. My great-grandfather James Churchward reported that he found the Nicole tablets in India in the 1860s and derived many of his theories from the information contained in them. A German gentleman announced that he had rediscovered them in India. We received and posted the alleged image of his discovery, only to find out that they were not even from India. The tablets in the images are currently on display in a Beirut Lebanon museum and are not connected with India or the Nicole tablets. Unless further substantiated evidence is provided, it has to be labeled a hoax. Every remarkable discovery or revelation has to pass remarkable tests to verify its authenticity. Although the my-moo.com forum was restarted last year to permit a discussion of the Nicole tablets discovery, it has been removed permanently due to suspicious activity. My new book, Lifting the Veil on the Lost Continent of Mu, Motherland of Men, announced in previous podcasts, was published earlier this year. This is the definitive edition of the 1926 classic and includes 170 new footnotes, an appendix on the persons of interest, an appendix on the printed works mentioned, and an index. For new business, we were very happy to receive images from a traveler to Sri Lanka that visited the tea plantation that James owned and worked back in the 1860s. The very paths James walked and the beautiful views of the countryside were an exciting glimpse into his world. These pictures were also published on our blog at my-moo.com. We were also very happy to receive one of James' paintings in the mail from the family of one of his patrons. Originally created in 1904, the painting, as well as the story about the painting on the back, was published in the blog at my-moo.com and is entitled The Silver Hook. James was a fisherman as well as having a gift for painting. Another contributor, historian Yanis Delianis, has provided invaluable historical information on my great-grandfather James. Mr. Delianis has added a depth to the research that expands the horizons and promotes a better understanding of the real James Churchward. This was apparent when the real information about Princess Arawali was discovered and posted in the my-moo.com blog. Further research on James' time in Ceylon and his recreational writings are on deck from information supplied by Mr. Delianis. At the end of May, I appeared on Dolores Cannon's Metaphysical Hour internet radio show to speak about my research and the release of my upcoming book. In June, I attended the 2011 Awakening to Higher Consciousness Transformation Conference in Rogers, Arkansas, and gave a presentation entitled My Mu, The Search for Truth. In October, I was a guest on the Kevin Smith radio show, and we discussed my great-grandfather James Churchward, his theories, and my new book. Each of these were recorded and can be accessed from the website at ltv1.my-mu.com, along with some other entertaining videos. Speaking of videos, this year's podcasts covered the non-discovery of the Nicole tablets, my June speech, and an interview with ancient alien expert Philip Coppens, entitled, strangely enough, Ancient Aliens and James Churchward. I was a panel member in early November on the webinar entitled Human Anunnaki Origins: What Lies Ahead for the Human Race, and hope to have a video available soon. Our bookstore has been completely renovated, and we hope to add some new documents in the near future. Please check out the bookstore at my-mu.com. Thanks for listening, and have a great day. The my-mu.com podcast will be created on an irregular basis and address the state of the research, post interviews with knowledgeable people, and challenge the status quo to arrive at a more complete understanding of James Churchward and his theory of a lost Pacific Ocean continent. Please check back frequently at my-mu.com or join our email list to keep up to date on our progress and join the discussions. This production, copyright 2011 by Jack Churchward, all rights reserved.